It's a 50s fashion show at the Niagara Falls History Museum. It's called It's My Party, and it's a fun exhibit you won't want to miss.
David Tetreault, who owns the Wedding and Fashion Museum, which is located directly across the street from the museum, approached us asking us if we would be interested in a partnership and creating an exhibit for this space. I think some of my favorite designers in this collection are the ones that really focus on Canadian designers and local Niagara Falls designers. Ray Hildebrand is a Canadian-based Toronto designer who started her career working for the Eaton Company, actually. And in the 1940s, she broke out on her own, and we have one of her beautiful dresses in this collection. And then we also have an item that was sewn and designed by a woman named Mrs. Wolfe, who actually lived on Franklin Street right here in Niagara Falls. So it's nice to hear about all the really famous designers, but of course, as the Niagara Falls History Museum, we want to really bring in that Canadian and local aspect as well.
Why do you think 50s fashion still holds a fascination for people?
The 50s was such an interesting time. You have this post-war prosperity just booming around, and I think the gender roles and the social norms are very much reverting back to women in the household and this form of ultra-femininity. In the 1940s, it was a very austere time during the war. Fashion was very masculine, and I think the 50s are just a celebration of extreme femininity. They're so bright and colorful. The shoes, the accessories, the hats, it's just so captivating. And I think you can see so much of the influence of the 50s in modern fashion as well. It's just a delight to the eyes to walk through this gallery and to see the crinolines and the color, and it's just really beautiful.
First of all, David, tell us about your museum.
I opened the Wedding and Fashion Museum about 3 years ago, and it's located on Ferry Street right across from this museum. And you know your collection's got too big when you've had to buy a building to house it. We have fashion from about 1850s till present, and we do have an emphasis on wedding gowns because this is one of the honeymoon capitals of the world, and people just love wedding dresses.
Well, tell us about the 50s wedding dresses. What have you got?
Well, I've got 3 in this exhibit, and they're very big and voluminous. You definitely notice a bride coming down with her full hoop skirt and all the crinolines and everything.
How do you acquire all these items?
Well, I've been collecting for about 50 years, and there were a lot more vintage clothing shops at one time that had real vintage. Now it's mostly jeans and modern stuff, so it's not as fun. But there's some very good auctions several times a year, mostly in the States, whether it's in Vermont or Massachusetts, where there's older societies and populations, and there's amazing stuff still coming out on the market. And I would say most of my 50s collections come more recently because a lot of people from that era unfortunately are passing away, and their relatives don't know what to do with all these 50s gowns, so there is a lot coming on the market.
The exhibit is up and running and open to the public and will be open until September 21st. The museum is open Tuesday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and regular museum admission applies during those times. If, however, you want to come for free, the museum is open late every Thursday night until 9 p.m., and we are free to the public every Thursday from 5 to 9 p.m.
It's My Party runs until September 21st. For more information, visit nfexchange.ca. I'm Brenda Schultz, reporting for The Source.